How's everybody doing? We're going to do an unboxing on a brand new, fresh off the presses tarot deck called Forest of Enchantment Tarot. This is by Lunea Weatherstone, and Meraylah Allwood does the illustrations. I have not seen anything. It's still shrink wrapped in the plastic. I've been waiting all day to get into this deck. I would like to open it with you. I've got some smudge going so that I can kind of cleanse it from, you know, any of its residual factory energy. Who knows, you know. I just like to make sure that the decks are cleared and ready to go, and that they're set with my intentions and they feel my energy right off the bat. So this is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. So as you can see, the first thing that I notice about this deck is that the box is ginormous. You know, a regular tarot deck, let's see, by example, I've got one here. Okay, would be about this size. So, you know, in terms of the boxes, and I don't know about you guys, but I like my handy dandy little velvet bags, and I like to you know, keep my cards. Each deck has its own little pouch, and you know, you're supposed to, you know, the saying goes about keeping the drawstring tightly closed to keep the energies not only from leaving the deck, but from, you know, negative energies from getting to the deck as well. So it's just something that I follow, and this will involve a custom-made bag. So if I want to keep it in the box, but we'll see what the inside looks like, because, you know, I don't know. James suspects there might be a smaller box inside, but we will see. So on the back, it says, the forest beckons, alive with mystery and wisdom. Once you step into the enchanted forest, your life and your spirit will never be the same. The woods are alive with magic, wise ancient trees, glowing blossoms, crystal caves, and forbidding thickets of thorns. Here you will meet witches, wizards, fairies, elves, birds, and beasts, both earthly and otherworldly, ghosts and shapeshifters, dancing princesses, and sad old knights. In the Forest of Enchantment, you may seek your fortune, quest for success, and live happily ever after. So I like these. I like the idea of a fairy tale, you know, type of a tarot. I tend to lean towards the more whimsical of the decks. I do have, you know, the traditional Rider Waite deck, and I do have a couple of serious decks for, you know, serious type readings, but I like to get positive readings, and I like to work with decks that I think I have positive energy with. So hopefully this will be one of those. So let's get the shrink wrap off. Get into this. So it's a very sturdy box for sure. It's looks like maybe it's a magnetic flip open. Okay. All right. So here's the book. Cute little satin pull up so that I can get the book out of there without scratching the finish on it with my nails. So it says, Your Path Through the Enchanted Forest by Lunea Weatherstone. And wow, okay. First thing I notice about the book, close that, secrets. First thing I notice about the book, make sure that I'm not getting a glare on this one, is that instead of it being the little white book, this is the full color book. So we have, it looks like full-size pictures of the artwork. So I am pretty impressed with this. That is super amazing. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Guys, seriously, with the artwork in this deck. Look at this. Oh, wow. Oh, this is just amazing. All right, so let me figure out what the suits are for the cards here. Minor Arcana, which is typically the swords, the wands, the cups, and the pentacles, will in this iteration be wands will be spells, cups will be visions, swords will be challenges, and pentacles will be boons. So I guess it keeps into the Rider Waite theme in terms of spells are the suit of fire, Visions is, you know, water, you know, like scrying on the water front. Intuition, dreams, anything that flows. Challenges, suits of air, conflict, strategy, intelligence. And boons would be the suit of the earth, practical matters, prosperity, that, you know, the things that that we hold dear. So basically some recommended shuffling techniques, and I'm sure there's probably some layout techniques in here. Oh, there's a journal in the back, so that's good. Yeah, so there's a section back here for 1 card spread, 2 card spread, the Owl's Advice, 8 spells. Oh, look at that. Okay, so you lay out 6. It's a 6 card spread for the Owl's Advice, and you're asking who, what, when, why, who, what, when, where, why, and then getting the message. That's kind of cool. All right, so it's all kind of themed into a journey through the woodland, and enchanted woodland. So let's take a look at the cards. The book is 4 stars, that book. Oh, more shrink wrap. Oh, the box is imprinted. It's got an inset box. The box is imprinted with a double swan. The backs of the decks are a double owl. So the deck itself, the cards are actually pretty small compared to the size of the box, and in terms of some other decks that I've worked with. These are just slightly bigger than average playing cards. Ooh, they're very slick. They have kind of a satin finish on them, and they move really well, which is good, because I like a glossy finish, but I do not like it when a deck sticks together. It makes it very difficult to do a fan spread, especially when you're, with your querent and they want to draw a card from a fan spread instead of just taking the top card after a shuffle. The cards clump together. I just don't think that it's fair to the querent, and it's certainly not fair to the cards. So I spend a lot of time working with those types of decks, shuffling and shuffling and shuffling and shuffling, and bridging and creasing, and just basically trying to work them up a little bit so that they move better. But these move nicely. This is really nice. I like these a lot already. I can tell they have a really good energy. I'm liking it already. All right, so starting with the Major Arcana, we're not going to go through every single card. I'm just going to pick a couple of the key cards, but here we have a white stag, and this would be representative of the 0 card or the Fool card in the Major Arcana. So in terms of relating these to the Rider Waite deck, I'm going to go with, might be a little bit difficult. And if you know the Rider Waite deck well, with all of the imagery that it uses in here, then this is not going to help you at all. For that, it doesn't look like. So there's the Fool card. Here's the Magician card, which is, always another identifiable one. But this one looks like you've got a wizard here. And so obviously you've got a spell. You've got, yeah, it looks like it covers all the elements in there. So I guess, if you really studied the card a lot, you're going to pick up on, your elemental cues for the Magician, which, typically shows all 4 of the elements, and the creator who controls all of those things. The Emperor's card. So just going to kind of flip through these really quick. The artwork is just incredible. But again, this is going to be a good decoration deck if you don't know the meanings behind the cards themselves to do an interpretation without your visual cues from Rider Waite decks or Rider Waite based decks. I love how they've kind of renamed the cards. Like, instead of the Magician, it's the Enchanter. And you've got the Forest Lord and the Green Mother and the Wise Woman, the Oldest One, the Lover's card. That's kind of a key card that people like to look at. The Fairy Wind. Oh, there's our Strength card. Okay, so there's kind of a familiar image in terms of the Rider Waite deck. You've got a maiden and a beast. And, you know, the Rider Waite deck is a lion, and, you know, basically any interpretation of this card is going to show a maiden having tamed some sort of a wild creature. And in this case, it looks like it is Red Riding Hood. It's based on Red Riding Hood and the wolf. You see the red hood there, and obviously the big wolf. So she's not got any ropes or anything around him. She has brought him to her control, and they are experiencing a symbiotic and happy relationship. Hopefully he doesn't eat her. The Hermit. We have the little badger in his hole. Firelight instead of starlight or moonlight as what we are, but we still have a light source, and he is alone. Wheel of Fortune. This is the Enchanter's wheel. The Huntsman. Ah, this would be the Hanging Man. But in this one, they're calling the Suspension. So yeah, I guess there's enough imagery that you can pick up on to interpret these cards really well. Oh, man, I am just digging the artwork so much on this. Ah, the Forge. Oh, the Liar. The Tower. There's another familiar symbol. The tower is crumbling and falling. That's imagery that you see in a lot of Rider Waite. The stars, starlight, the moon, moonlight, the sun, sunlight, and a fawn playing a pan flute as dawn is breaking. The Council of Animals. The world, the whole wide world. Now we're getting into the minor arcana. So that was a quick glance at the all the major arcana cards. Wow, I am just blown away by this deck. I really, really am. I am so excited to be able to use this one. All right, so let's look at the minor arcana, and we've got our Ace of Spells, which is wands. We've got our Ace of Visions, which was cups. Our Ace of Challenges, which was swords. And the Ace of Boons, which was pentacles. So, you've got an arrow. Let's see if they stick true to what they're referring to as a spell. This is staff. It looks like a wand. That's a spell. That kind of looks like a wand. So it looks like the imagery in each picture, as far as the minor arcana goes, is going to be consistent. So you should be able to recognize which suit is which. Two of Visions. Two of Challenges. All right, so let's get to a couple of the key minor arcana cards, like Three of Wands. There's a good one. And let's do the Five of Boons. Oh, that's a good one. The Five of Boons. There's always a have and a have-not in that card, and you can see that this is obviously the pie maker. Somebody doesn't have any pies. All right, so let's take a look at, how about the Nine of Challenges? I don't want to give away all the artwork. The Eight of Challenges. The Eight of Boons, that's a good one. He's crafting, so that's similar to the Rider Waite deck. Spells. Nine of Visions. Alright, so like Nine of Challenges is a little bit more difficult to read. Usually you've got someone asleep, which, I mean, they're hiding in a hole, so I guess they're kind of avoiding the fate that's coming to them. Oh, look at the unicorns. 10 of Visions. Oh, and then for your child, your page cards. So that Page of Spells, that would be, or the Child of Spells would be the Page of Wands. The Cups. And Swords. And Pentacles. So you've got children for all of these. So boy children, female children. Now, instead of having knights, you have middle-aged adults and they're called seekers. And then you have the weavers instead of the queens. And the keepers for the kings. That's cool. Well, there's a good overview of this deck. Again, just got released. It was actually supposed to come out on October 8th, and I got a notice on Friday that it was going to be shipping, and it was like, oh. Then it said it was going to be here on Tuesday, and then the tracking number was like, it'll be at your doorstep tomorrow. And I'm like, well, now. So I know some other people that have ordered it that didn't get theirs yet. So I'm kind of excited about the fact that I was one of the first. That was awesome. So I'm telling you already, I can just tell you that I highly recommend this deck. This is really going to be a good deck in terms of, you know, the type of reading, the artwork, the visuals. There's a lot for interpretation on these cards. There is enough similarity to the Rider Waite deck that if you know the tarot deck, like I said, you ought to be able to pick these up with no problem. If you don't, it really won't take much, I think, because I am seeing the imagery. You know, now I'm studying the artwork and looking at it, I'm seeing the imagery, so it's an easy translation. I really like that the cards don't have any borders. I like that a lot, that the art stretches all the way to the edge of the card. That's really, really pretty. And did you get a good look at the back of the card too? The double owls, and I had the shrink wrap on them when I was showing the back before, so just gorgeous. Amazing. Well, that does it for this unboxing. This is the first time, so bear with me. If there's anything that you guys would like to know more about the cards that I didn't answer, you know, including when doing a mock spread or something like that, I might do one of those and edit it in, do a reading. You know, let me know in the comments, because you know, I want to share what I'm seeing with you. And I've got other decks on order that are new decks that are going to be coming, like I said, again, right off the presses and ready for our review. If this is something that everybody likes, I'd like to continue doing it. So have a blessed night. Everybody enjoy the new moon. Don't forget to set your intentions, and talk to y'all soon. Bye.